everyone, it's Christina. Welcome to my channel. I have a fall DIY that I am doing today. I would really love it if you stick around and check it out, see how I made it. And if at the end of it you like it, I'd love it if you like the video, share, subscribe to my channel, and let's get to it. Okay, so for this DIY, like I said before, it's a fall DIY. I have these chunks of wood that was left over from a project that my husband did. And I also printed out some sayings on tissue paper. There are plenty of tutorials on YouTube if you want to know how to do it. I didn't actually think it was gonna work. It did work. I do have some smudges on here, which I kind of wanted more of that paper over there, but we'll see how it turns out. So I got those sayings done. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my wood here and I am going to paint all of them black. So I'm gonna give every side a good coat of the black. So every side, all 4 of them. Okay, so now that I have all those painted black, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my white chalk paint and I am just gonna paint the front of the blocks, each block. And I'm thinking I'm probably gonna have to put 2 coats on here. So what I did was, just to explain what I did with the paper here. So I went onto Canva and I went onto Google Images and I just printed up in Canva. I uploaded these images from Google and then I kind of sized them to the size that I need to put on my blocks, and then I printed them on the tissue paper. So when I printed them on the tissue paper, I used a glue stick and I just glued the edges, like I glued the tissue paper all around, and I stuck it in my inkjet printer. And this is just kind of like a normal piece of paper that I used. So far, I haven't really spent much of anything on here because I had the tissue paper from Dollar Tree, from gifts, you know, from wrapping gifts, so that I had laying around the house. And these blocks, this leftover wood, I had laying around the house. And let's see, yeah, pretty much everything right now I already had in my house. So this DIY isn't really going to cost me very much. I know that there are, if you look on Facebook Marketplace, like say your husband doesn't, or your girlfriend or whoever doesn't work with wood and you don't have any wood remnants laying around, you can always look on Facebook Marketplace to find scrap wood. I know a lot of people are even giving it away for free. So anyways, it's this craft, it turns out really cute, or at least I think it does. It does. I made a test one last night and it turned out really cute. So that's why I decided to do a video on it. That one I actually I painted an agave color of chalk paint, and that turned out so cute. But you could see the tissue paper because the tissue paper is almost transparent, but not quite, so you could see the tissue paper on the front of it. I took it to work to put on my desk, so I don't have it here right now to show you. And of course I didn't take a picture of it, so you'll just have to take my word for it. So that's why I am painting these blocks white right now, so that when I put the tissue paper on, then it should be more transparent and you won't see the tissue paper as much when you put it on here. At least that's the plan. Okay, while I'm waiting for those to dry, I'm gonna get my images ready, and I am going to just go ahead and try to take this off. The glue stick doesn't, I have, excuse me, the Dollar Tree Jot glue sticks, and it doesn't really stay that stuck. So I'm gonna see if I can get this off this piece of paper, because then I can use this paper again to print more instead of wasting the paper. So see if I can, even if I get most of it off, it should be fine. Well, that worked pretty good, and now I can reuse that. Okay, so then I need to cut my images out. And I did want them a little bit spaced farther apart, but I think I'm just gonna have to go with it. I kind of wanted them to be able to go around the whole block, but I don't think I cut them out good enough for that. So I'm just gonna kind of split the difference with this one here. And these here. Alright, so that one's gonna go on here. Oh, this one should have enough to go around the whole sides. And that one will too. Alright, and this one I don't know. I could have printed them all separately, so like this wouldn't have happened because I could have put it in the middle of the page, but I wanted to maximize my printing time and my tissue time. Alright, so let's see. That one's gonna look good on there. Alright, so I can replace those. This one, oh, I can almost get it centered. That one's gonna be a little touchy, but I'm not too much worried about those edges. So we'll see what happens on this one. I would like it right in the middle, but then I have that black mark. But I am gonna sand the edges once these are dry. So we'll see. Maybe I can get it to look decent yet. Just waiting for these to get a little bit drier. Yeah, that one's still wet. Okay, now that these are almost dry, I'm gonna take my sanding block here that I got from Dollar Tree, and I'm gonna sand the edges of all the blocks. I think I'm probably gonna do the back side too. I'm thinking I might just kind of rough this up a little bit too, so it's not so black, it's more distressed. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, but I'm gonna do that in my garbage can because I do not want to make a mess right here. Okay, so I sanded one of them, and this is what it looks like compared to that bright white. So I don't know, now that some of that white's off there, I'm not quite sure how that's gonna look with the tissue paper, but I'm kind of excited to find out. I'm gonna take a very, not very wet, wet wipe and just kind of get the dust off of my block. Just like that. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get the other ones done, and we'll start the process and see what it ends up looking like. Okay, now it is time to put these together. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take some Mod Podge. I'm just using matte. I don't really think it matters what you use. And I am going to put a decent coat of Mod Podge on the front here. I'm gonna kind of get the sides a little bit. And then what I'm gonna do is I am gonna go ahead and I'm going to take my heat gun and I am going to dry the Mod Podge on here because I don't really want to sit and wait. So I'm going to do that to these, and then I'm going to put these on here. Okay, now that that's dry and I have my little iron heated up, I got this little iron from Walmart. I don't think I paid that much for it. I've had it for a while and it works really good for small projects. It's a good alternative to like the heat press that everybody uses from Cricut. So I am going to try to put this on here as straight as possible. Still a little bit tacky, which is good because I don't really want it to move around. And I'm going to try to keep that straight, and then I'm going to put my Teflon paper on here. At least I think it's Teflon. I'm not 100%. I got it from Temu. You can also use parchment paper, and I'm just gonna hold it on there like this for right now, just to get that Mod Podge activated. And we'll see how, oh, it's sticking pretty good. So yeah, I'm just gonna get it on there, and I'm gonna kind of do around the edges a little bit. This gets hot, so be careful. So yeah, that is pretty stuck on there already. I think it looks pretty good. Just gonna go over it one more time. All right, and then I'm gonna set that aside. And then I'm gonna do the next one. This is the one that I'm a little worried about getting on here decent. So yes, there are many methods to do this. This is the iron-on method, obviously. I think that looks straight. I'm so bad at getting things straight. Now I moved it. All right, and then I'm gonna stick my sheet on top of there and do the same thing. That works pretty good. I'm getting a little bit of smearing with the ink. I'm thinking I probably, because I just printed this tonight, should probably print it and let it sit out overnight. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do the other ones, and then I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do next. Okay, so we have 3 good ones, and this one, yeah, I bent the paper on it. I crinkled it, so that was my fault. I went too fast. So this one is gonna have to be scrapped. I'll probably maybe use this black for a different project. All I really have to do is kind of sand this down. So anyways, that one did not work out. So be careful when you're ironing, because yeah, that did not work out so good for me. Okay, but we have 3 good ones, so that's a good thing. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my sanding block and I'm just gonna go like this on the edges to take that tissue paper off on the edges so I have a decent edge. Now these have rounded corners, so that is a little bit more difficult, but that means I'm just gonna have to take more of the paper off on the edges. But that's okay, because I already sanded those edges anyways over there. Because I want those to show the bare wood through. So these will need a little bit of sanding yet. But there, so far so good. But yeah, I think they definitely need a little bit of sanding. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the extra paper off these other 2. So I really wanted to salvage this piece of wood, even though the cute little gnomes didn't work out. So I just found some scrapbooking paper, and I'm gonna use that on this block here. I'm gonna try that same iron-on technique with the scrapbook paper. So I'm just gonna stick that on here and go ahead and iron it. Oh shoot, did I move it? Well, either way, it's probably too late now. This should definitely not crinkle though, like the tissue paper. Let's see. Yeah, that's sticking on there pretty decent. I like this method. Okay, I think I have it on there pretty good. Then I'm just gonna take my sandpaper and I am gonna go ahead and get those edges off. Okay, so this one is pretty much cursed, I'm guessing, because I put it on and of course the lettering is crooked. So I think just to distract from that a little bit, I'm gonna put this leaf on there. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna Mod Podge the whole top of this paper here. And then I'm gonna stick the leaf down on there. And then that way you won't notice the paper quite as much. Okay, now it's time to finish these up. So this one is just gonna be a shelf sitter. It's just gonna sit just like that because I plan on making these into pumpkins and that is not gonna look right. So I have some sticks here and those are gonna get put on here. I think that one's gonna go there. I'm just trying to, they're not cut like exact, so I'm just gonna take some hot glue and right in the middle. Just find whichever one's standing the best. Yeah, I just don't think the other one's gonna look quite as good as a pumpkin now. Let's see once. Yeah, no, that's just not gonna look right. All right, and then it is just a matter of dressing up the top part of it. So I just took some of that raffia, however you want to say it, and I just made a little bow out of it, and I'm just gonna stick that right on the front of the pumpkin here. And then I'm gonna try to arrange these a little bit, and then they're gonna get trimmed. Just gonna, oh, I should probably hold that on there. There, and it's just gonna sit just like that. Those still might be a little big yet. Maybe it's a little too long, kind of sticking off funny. Okay, then I got a little raffia bow put on that one. And then for this one, I made another raffia bow. I'm gonna stick on here. And then I'm gonna try to see if I can put some orange leaves in here too. I need a little bit more glue on there to get you to stay. So I just have a leaf that I am going to chop up here and see if I can incorporate that in the top here. Let's see how I can, oh, I bet you if I go like right behind, that should work. Go right behind the bow. I looked and I was like, thought about putting the leaves on that one. And I have these blue leaves that I thought would look kind of cool, but I don't know. Maybe I'll do one like that and I'll leave the other one just plain. Oh, put the glue on the wrong side on that one. I think with the orange in there, that just kind of sets it a little bit. I don't know if I need another one sticking up. No, I think that's gonna be good. And Not really, I didn't do a really good job on this one, on this bow. I'm not really good at doing that anyways as it is. But this one, definitely fall breeze and autumn leaves. Yeah, let's try it. Let's put the blue on that one. You have to let me know what you think. Should I not have put the leaves on, or should I just left it plain? I didn't really want them all the same though either. Kind of looks like wings. All right, I think they are done. Okay, that is it. So I had one failed project, which was this one, which I still think it turned out pretty cute. So that is number 1. I'm gonna say this one is number 2. We're gonna go number 3 with this one, and number 4 with this one. So I would love it if you would leave a comment, let me know which one that you like the best. I'm gonna have to say that this one is my favorite. Anyways, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I would love it if you like, share, and subscribe. And take care, have a great night. Thanks, bye.